Hello. Today is day 25 of doing 100 pull-ups every single day to raise money for Alzheimer's disease. I have a link in my description where you can donate. All the money goes straight to the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. They do research to help find treatments, cures for Alzheimer's, so it's for a good cause. Consider donating. Any size donation is greatly appreciated. And if you can't donate, share the link with someone who can. And let's get those donation numbers up. So today I'm gonna do something a little different because it's day 25. I don't know why 25 is an important number. It just feels like it is. But I'm gonna attempt. Well, I'm gonna do as many reps as I can in one set. My personal best is 23, I think, but I think I can beat that today. So we'll see. So I'll do one set, as many reps as I can, and then from there I'll see how I feel, and then I'll probably do like 5 or 6, 7 on the minute until I get to 100. So I would say the goal for today is to do 25. If I can get closer to 30, I'll be pretty happy. If I don't beat my personal record of 23, I'll be pretty sad. But I think minimum is 25. If I don't get 25, I'll be pretty upset with myself because I've been doing a lot of pull-ups. So just gonna chalk up a bit here. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but just gotta do it. All right, let's go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 10. Oh, oh, fuck. Oop. Sorry for swearing. That was 27. Damn, that burned. Jeez. Oh. Ouch. Well, that's a personal best. 27, I think I got. Pretty happy with that. I really wanted 30 though. Okay, whatever. I'll get there. Oh my god, my arms are so toast. Oh, ow. Sorry, it's just the pump is so bad right now. Oh. Man, I don't even feel like I can do any more pull-ups right now. That was really like, I think maybe, actually probably not. I had like, that last rev was like, I barely got that. Oh. I'm happy with that. 27 is pretty good. I'd say that's like I think that's above average for sure. Of people that do pull-ups a lot, like I think the actual average is like 10 or something. I have no idea what the average is. But actually, I think it's a lot lower than that. I think it's like 1 or 2. But anyway, Okay, so that's 25 done. I think I'll probably do sets of 5 for a little bit, just to let my arms uh, get back, get some life back into them. Whew. Yeah. Today I'm gonna switch things up a little bit too. I'm starting to run out of facts to talk about because there's only so many facts about Alzheimer's. So what I'm gonna focus on more is really the prevention stuff and explaining. I listed a bunch of things like, oh, this will help prevent Alzheimer's, but a lot of the tips that I gave, I didn't really specify how to achieve that. So like, for example, the last 2 days I've been talking about how to stay consistent with a workout routine to stay physically fit, how to stay consistent with a healthy diet. And then I'm just going to go through the list of tips that I've given. And if I didn't explain how to achieve that, I'm going to go into more detail in the next couple videos, or the next however many videos that is. So today it's about smoking and alcohol abuse. So if you struggle with any of those two addictions, even vaping too, that counts, or even smoking like weed or stuff like that, just any drug addiction, I'm gonna kind of give you some tips on how to get over that addiction. I know it's really not that easy, but it might help. I don't know. I don't think there's any harm in giving some tips about it. So yeah. All right. So I think I feel good enough to continue with the pull-ups. So I'm gonna do sets of 5 for a bit, and if my arm starts to feel better, I'll uh, I'll bring it back to maybe 6 or 7. Okay. So start now. So I'm just gonna open up my little spreadsheet that I get all my information from. Okay. So for quitting smoking, why it matters. We've already gone over this, but I'm going to say it again. Smoking increases oxidative stress, inflammation, vascular damage, all of which contribute to dementia risk or Alzheimer's in general. Now for the strategies, which I will say after I do my pull-ups. So we've done 30, going for 35. Well, my arms feel like jello. So, strategies. First, or one thing you can do is nicotine replacement therapy, or NRT, which can be patches, so the nicotine patches, nicotine gum, lozenges, that helps reduce withdrawal symptoms. So well, the reason why a lot of people have a hard time getting over these addictions is because it's addictive. And I know especially for nicotine, if you have a nicotine addiction, you can become very, very irritable. I know that's one of the symptoms for sure. You probably can feel nauseous or sick, even get headaches. So it makes people want to go back and take, nicotine again because they don't want to feel those things. So if you take like the patches, gum, lozenges, even the spray, that's it can help you get over it. All right, so I've done 35, going for 40. But it's important to also cut down on the amount of nicotine you're consuming. So if you just keep taking, I guess, the same amount, I don't know, I don't really know if it transfers over. You're never really going to get over nicotine, but if you gradually decrease the amount of nicotine you consume every day, then eventually over time, you're going to get over it. Okay, I've done 40, going for 45. Next up, prescription medications such as varenicline or Chantix and bupropion or Zyban can help reduce cravings. There's also behavioral therapy. So cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps identify triggers and creates coping strategies. Also, there's two methods that you can use. There's the gradual method, which I kind of went over, and there's cold turkey. So depending on the type of person you are, it might be better to just do cold turkey or gradual. It depends on you. You kind of have to figure that out. Try both, and whichever one works, works. All right. So I've done 45, going for 50. So just to reiterate on a couple things, because I said some pretty big words. The nicotine replacement therapy, so the patches, gum, lozenges, that's pretty straightforward. Then there's also the gradual method or cold turkey method. So you can gradually decrease the amount of nicotine you consume every day until it's none, or you can just stop all consumption one day and you just deal with the symptoms of withdrawal, and that's it, that's all. Now there's also medication, which I have listed. There's Chantix and Zyban, and then behavioral therapy, it's called CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy. So you can look into that if you think that might help. And that's it with the strategies to help quitting smoking. All right, going for 55 here. Now, oh, there's more. Never mind. There's also support groups that you can use. So there's Smokers Helpline in Canada or 1-800-QUIT-NOW in the US. So if you're really struggling, you can reach out to those organizations depending on where you live. And they definitely have resources and information that can help you get over your smoking addiction. All right. Going for 60 now, I believe. Now, for overcoming alcohol abuse, the reason why it matters is that heavy drinking can cause direct neurotoxicity, vitamin deficiencies, especially thiamine, or thiamine, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and brain shrinkage, which increases Alzheimer's risk. So strategies to get over alcohol abuse and alcohol addiction is medical detox if it's really severe. So alcohol withdrawal can be very dangerous. Supervised detox may be necessary. So that's one thing that not many people know about alcohol. If you're really, really like physically addicted to it, you have a physical dependency on alcohol, going cold turkey is not necessarily the best thing you can do, because withdrawal symptoms from alcohol are very rough and can actually kill you. So you have to be careful with that. So going for 65 here. So yeah, alcohol is not easy to get over, especially if you have like severe addiction. The next thing is counseling and therapy. So again, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which can help
identify triggers, what makes you drink, and then you can find coping strategies. There's also motivational interviewing and relapse prevention techniques. There's medications such as naltrexone, Acamp Prozac, and disulfiram under medical supervision. So, talk to your doctor about that. I don't think you can just go to the pharmacy and buy it. You definitely have to get a prescription. I would hope. All right, so I think I did. I don't know where I'm at. Um, I believe I'm at 65. I think this is for 70. Moving on. There's support groups. So there's Alcoholics Anonymous or AA, and there's SMART, SMART recovery for community and accountability. Uh, Avoid triggers and use substitutions. So, replacing alcohol in social settings with non alcoholic drinks, changing your environment. So, don't put yourself in an environment that encourages you to drink. And if you do, like it says, drink non alcoholic drinks or consume something else that doesn't make you want to drink. All right, going for 75, I think. Yeah. Okay, track progress. So that's the last thing. So journal, use apps like SoberTime or calendar milestones. So you can have 1 week, I don't know, I've only had 5 drinks, and the next week, 4 drinks, whatever. And then you gradually go down. Alcohol, I think, is not something you want to do cold turkey, depending on how bad your addiction is, but usually alcohol is a gradual thing that you want to do. Now, wait, let me do my pull ups. Okay, 3, 2, 1. A little too powerful there. I made the pull up bar move. Used to the ankle weights, I think. Now, for overlapping strategies for both, let's say you have a smoking and alcohol addiction, build a new identity. Focus on becoming a non smoker or non drinker rather than just someone that's trying to quit. And that goes back to what I was talking about, I think either last video or the video before. A big reason why people have a hard time staying consistent is because they don't make their goal part of their identity. Again, if you want to run a lot, call yourself a runner. If you don't think of yourself as a runner, you're not gonna run a lot. Same thing with uh, smoking or drinking. I was 80. Same thing with smoking or drinking. If you identify yourself as a non drinker or non smoker, it tells your brain that that's something you don't do anymore. That's not who you are anymore. But if you say you're just someone who's trying to quit, your brain subconsciously knows that, oh, I still do those things. So you have to make it part of your identity, and it helps a lot. Another thing is exercise. So exercise helps reduce cravings, it improves your mood, and it repairs some vascular damage. So exercise is super, super, super helpful with these types of things. I can't speak of personal experience because I've never had an addiction, but I know personally, I'm kind of addicted to my phone sometimes. But as soon as I go outside and go for a run or do some exercise, I don't really want to go on my phone. I know it's not the same thing, but it does help. All right, done 80, going for 85. Also, mindfulness and stress reduction can help. So meditation, yoga, breathing exercises to handle urges without relapsing. So the thing about this one is that you have to be consistent and you really have to be mentally locked in when you do this. It's not for everyone, but for some people it may help. You just have to do it well. And when you are mindful and you do meditate and all those things, you really have to focus on being present and trying to empty your head of all those thoughts that make you want to crave whatever you're addicted to, or you know, whatever stresses you out, that type of thing. All right, so I've done 85, going for 90. And then last thing is a healthy social network. So surrounding yourself with people who support your sober, healthy lifestyle. So obviously, if you hang around people who drink or smoke or aren't supportive of the changes you're trying to make in your life, it's going to be a lot harder to do those things. So just try to surround yourself with people who want to support you and want to see you grow as a person. That'll make a big difference. You know, there's that saying, like, you are who you hang around with. So hang out with people who are supportive, who don't do those things, and eventually you'll become like them. So, all right, 10 more, I believe. Okay, I think I may have done an extra 5. Not sure. Yeah, I think I did an extra 5 by accident. Or no, I think I missed a set. Actually, I don't know. Anyways. All right, so that was all the pull-ups. I'll just do one more for good luck. So hopefully the video is informative. If you yourself have issues with quitting smoking or alcohol, hopefully this video could help. Hopefully. Obviously, if you have real issues, go seek out professional help because they really know what they're doing. I'm a guy who looked this up on the internet, so yeah. But I think what I said is correct. It's just I think it's more complicated than just telling you what to do and you do it. And if you know someone who is struggling with an addiction like this, it's tough because they're the ones at the end of the day that have to make that decision. But if you think that any information that I gave to you today can help them, you can tell them about it. If you yourself are struggling with a relative that's struggling with addiction, there's a bunch of mental aid resources out there that can help you deal with that. And there's a bunch of professional resources that can help your friend or family get over that addiction. So you're not alone, and it's important to know that. What else? Yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully, I think every 25 days I'm going to try to do as many reps as possible for one set. So the score to beat is 27. We'll see at day 50 how I do. But yeah, if you like that video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you're doing in your life. Some people are telling me about the challenges that they're doing and how consistent they're being with it. So I like reading those comments. So keep commenting. And yeah, share the video. The more people that see this, the more viewers we get, the more possible donations. So it's never a bad thing. And yeah, it's the end of the video. So I'll see you tomorrow for another 100 pull-ups. Bye.